For all the people pleasers out there, it's so funny because I feel like you go through a lifetime of trying to please others and putting other people's needs before your own and hustling for your worth. And often those relationships will go sour and a people pleaser will be left wondering what they did. And it's a pattern that is perpetuated throughout a people pleaser's life. They will sit back and ask, what did I do wrong? All I did was give to the point where I was absolutely exhausted. And that person did me wrong, left our relationship and made it out to be my fault. What the hell just happened? But if you really look back and you dissect the relationship at its core, the relationship probably wasn't very good to begin with. There were probably red flags all over the place. That person probably has problems with a lot of other people. And maybe you felt used. Maybe you felt like that person was selfish for a very, very long time. And so you didn't really lose anything when that person walked away because they weren't a great person to have in your life anyway. And a person who is not a people pleaser would have noticed that right away and axed that person out of their life, because they would have recognized those things as insulting to their soul and they would have not put up with it. But a people pleaser will put up with it over and over and over again until the other person that has been the user and the taker and the person with a million red flags, they will ultimately sabotage the relationship. Not because you don't have value and worth to them. You were probably one of the few people that held on and dealt with their taking and their using and their selfishness for as long as you did. But they don't recognize that. They will sabotage in spite of or because of the fact that you have held on so long. And they're not used to that. They're not used to cohesive, supportive relationships. They sabotage all their relationships. They lose all of their relationships. If you look at these people, many times they don't have a lot of supportive people around them. And the supportive people around them, their significant others or their family members, are toxic and selfish and takers. So you, as the people pleaser, you are the outlier. You make them uncomfortable. They're not used to that. And they will sabotage the relationship. But don't forget, they will always turn it on you and make you feel like you were the one to blame for the demise of the relationship. So we need to realize as people pleasers that when people like this walk away from our lives, we haven't lost anything, okay? We just didn't have the dignity and the self-respect to walk away when everybody else walked away from their lives. We held on for far too long than we should have held on for. And them walking away is actually a blessing in disguise. They did us a favor, because we did not have the meanness in ourselves to walk away first. We also need to realize that almost everything people do is a projection. So like I said earlier, these people will sabotage relationships with good, healthy people. Oftentimes, people pleasers are the last ones left that have put up with them, that have not walked out on them. And they will sabotage the relationship because it is the outlier and it is completely foreign to them and what they're used to. We just, as people pleasers, didn't see this and didn't accept the writing on the wall sooner. And so now the ball's in their court to walk away from us.